Leverlift grades 1st through 3rd. In your folder, you're going to go ahead and find background information just to explore one of the simple machines called the lever. A lever is a type of simple machine that allows us to use a little bit of force to do a lot of work. And this has a lot of information, so what I would do is I would explain and show them the definition and the parts of a lever. Okay, so the lever arm, okay, is going to be the ruler. It's a rigid bar that rests on a fixed support. The fixed support is going to be the pencil. It sort of acts like a little seesaw. Okay, fulcrum is a fixed point around which the lever turns or it balances. There's going to be a load, something heavy, the weight of an object that will be moved. And in this case, the load is going to be pennies. And the effort is the force, a push or pull needed to move the load, which is going to be my finger. Okay. There's different types of levers. What we're going to do today is we're going to learn about the first class lever, where the fulcrum lies between the force arm and the lever arm. Okay, in your Ziploc for grades 1st through 3rd, you are going to have a few rulers, you're going to have some pennies, and a pencil. You're going to go through 4 activities, and after all those 4 activities, you're going to go ahead and fill out the journal page. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these activities. They're fairly simple. Activity 1, it says place a ruler, which is the lever arm, on top of the pencil. So the pencil is under the middle of the ruler. Okay, the ruler is going to be balanced. So I'm going to put it about, right here, right in the middle, about 8 centimeters. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack 5 pennies, 2, 3, 4, 5, on one end of the ruler. This is a great station to have a parent volunteer. Can you raise the pennies without touching the pennies? You're going to use your finger and raise it. Yes, you can. Ask your students to explain why they were able to lift the pennies without touching them. Okay? The answer is the ruler is acting as a lever when they press down on the other end and it lifts the pennies. That's activity 1. Pretty simple. Activity 2, you're going to do the same exact thing. Place the ruler, a lever arm, on top of the pencil so that the pencil is under the middle of the ruler. The ruler will be balanced. Okay, you're going to go ahead and place 3 pennies on one end of the ruler. And you're going to predict the minimum number of pennies that would have to be placed on the other end of the ruler to raise the 3 pennies. Okay, it seems pretty simple. They're going to go through answers. The answer is 3 pennies. Add pennies to the other side to test your prediction. Discuss why, were you correct and why? And test that. Okay. And then you are going to try the same experiment with 7 pennies. So you're going to go ahead and place 7 pennies on one side and do the same thing. All right, so activity number 3, you're going to set up the same way. You're going to set up the ruler, the lever arm on top of the pencil. You're going to place 3 pennies on one side, just like this. And then you're going to place 6 pennies on the other side of the ruler. Challenge the students to lift the end with 6 pennies without adding or taking away pennies on either end. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and try. It says challenge the students to lift the end with 6 pennies without adding or taking away any of the pennies. Okay, so let's see, let's try. And what the answer is, what they're going to try to figure out after they start trying different things without adding any pennies is you're going to move the fulcrum closer to the heavier object. So if they move the fulcrum this way, they're going to be able to lift that weight of 6 pennies a lot easier. Okay, so that is activity 3, moving the fulcrum. Activity number 4, same thing. Place the ruler on top of the pencil so that the pencil is under the middle of the ruler. The ruler will be balanced. What we're going to do is we're going to place 8 pennies on the side where it says 15 centimeters. If I have a 12-inch ruler, it's going to be on the 12-inch ruler side. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, we only need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 8 pennies right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and move the fulcrum to the 5-inch mark. So I'm going to move it to the 5-inch mark right here. Try lifting the pennies with your fingertips again. Is it easier or harder to lift the pennies? Well, it's going to be a lot harder. Now move the fulcrum to the 10-inch mark, which I don't have 10-inch, so we're going to go ahead and move it closer. I will change out these rulers. And is it easier or harder to lift when the fulcrum is moved? Just note that I am going to change these rulers to the longer 12-inch rulers.